What if posting more content was the exact thing making it harder for you to get clients? Here's the part most people miss. The market doesn't reward volume, it rewards focus, and the businesses that charge the most win through leverage, not just creating more content. There's a system I call the amplification method, and it's built on a psychological principle that explains why some businesses are able to post half as much and yet still charge 10 times more. Now, you probably noticed I've got this giant megaphone sitting here on my desk. I'll show you what it has to do with your pricing in just a minute. But first, here's what almost everyone gets wrong about marketing. Most people have been told that marketing means creating more. More posts, more videos, more content, and year after year, they've been told to just be consistent and post every day, and the algorithm rewards volume. So they churn out 5 posts a week, a video, maybe a blog nobody reads, including themselves. But when you create that way, you end up with content that's mediocre at best. The kind of invisible, ignorable stuff people scroll right past. Over the past decade, I've helped thousands of brands and businesses, including Google, Amazon, and Meta, build marketing campaigns that run without them, and here's what I've noticed. And this is going to sound backwards, but the bigger the company, the simpler the system. In other words, it's always the small businesses that overcomplicate everything, using 16 platforms and 47 tactics and 8 different pieces of software all loosely connected together with duct tape and prayers. And you know what's funny about the just be consistent advice? It sounds right. I mean, it even feels productive when you're doing it. But the wrong thing done consistently, that's not marketing psychology. That's a hamster wheel with a content calendar. And you can feel it every time you post something. Then wait for the engagement that barely comes, and then start the whole cycle again the very next day. It's exhausting. And it's ineffective, which are 2 of the worst ways to run a business. And the exhaustion you feel isn't because you're doing it wrong. You're doing exactly what they told you to do. That's the problem. Here's the psychology behind why this actually happens. Columbia professor Sheena Iyengar ran a now famous experiment where she set up 2 jam displays at a grocery store. One had 24 different options and varieties of jam, the other one had only 6 different kinds. Now, unsurprisingly, the display with more options attracted more attention, which if we translated that into the digital world, this means it got more views, more clicks, more likes, more comments. But, and this is a big but, the display with just 6 options generated 10 times more actual purchases, which, both online or offline, means pretty much the same thing. Sales, cash, money, revenue, the thing that actually matters and that you should always be optimizing for. What this study shows is that more content, more noise, more volume, well, it doesn't necessarily increase value. It often dilutes it. The dominant brands, though, these are companies like Liquid Death, Canva, Duolingo, they figured this out. They don't create more. They make one thing work, then they amplify that. And that amplification is what lets them charge more for the same thing everyone else is selling. This is the thing that everyone skips. This right here. Right now, you've got 2 choices. Keep whispering into an empty room every single week and hoping someone finally notices, or build one thing that keeps speaking for long after you've moved on. Think of this megaphone as your system. Your content goes in one end, quietly, and then it comes out the other end loud enough to reach whoever needs to hear it. But skip the megaphone entirely, and that's when you end up wondering why you keep getting price objections even though you're doing all the right things. The amplification method works in 3 steps, and I want to show you exactly how it plays out, including what it looks like running inside my business. So let me walk you through each one now, starting with step number 1, make something worth amplifying. Now, this is going to sound obvious, but stick with me here because this is where almost everyone gets it wrong. The reality here is that most content isn't worth amplifying because it's created for algorithms, not humans. Most marketers and entrepreneurs and agency owners are so worried about hashtags and posting times and hook formats that they forget to actually help anyone. And AI has only made this worse by trying to give you the most perfectly optimized piece of content ever. The worst part of all of this, though, is that they think their content is good enough. I mean, it checks the boxes, it's got a hook, it's formatted right, but today, good enough just gets scrolled right past. And when the market ignores you, the only lever that you're left to compete with is price. So before you post anything, ask yourself this one question and ask it out loud. And I actually mean, say it out loud. Would someone share this without me asking them to? If the answer is no, don't post it. Go back and try to make it better. That one question will save you more time and make you more money than any posting schedule ever will. Now let me show you what happens when someone actually does this right. Liquid Death, for example, spent $1,500 on their first video. That's $1,500, not millions. They didn't even have the product manufactured yet. No cans, no distribution, just one video. That video got 3 million organic views in 4 months. They made over $100,000 in their first month of selling, and that one piece of content attracted the investors who funded everything that came after. Today, they're valued at $1.4 billion, doing over $330 million a year in revenue. But let me actually do the math on that one because it's kind of crazy. $1,500 in, $100,000 a month out in the first month alone, that's a 66x return on one piece of content. Not 66 pieces of content, just one piece of content. They didn't win because the video went viral. They won because it was worth amplifying. All that attention concentrated on one asset instead of scattered across dozens of completely forgettable posts. Same principle applies whether you're building a global brand or a one-person business. One piece of great content, amplified correctly, is always going to outperform 100 pieces of mediocre content that get posted and then, well, completely forgotten. Okay, step 2, turn winners into weapons. Not so fun story, but this is where I accidentally capped my own income for years. See, I had a post take off early on. Not viral, but clearly different. Something like 50 times my normal engagement, all the comments and shares and says, all that stuff. But instead of doubling down, I moved on. Told myself, great, see if I can top that. So I spent the next month creating completely new content and completely ignored the one that my audience had already voted for. That post could have changed my business. Instead, it was just a nice day on social media. Now, let's be honest. I wasn't thinking strategically. I was chasing the next dopamine hit. And that's what happens when you treat success like a compliment instead of a signal. But here's the shift that changed everything. Creation is for discovery. Amplification is for scale. In other words, you create content in order to find out what your audience actually wants. That's the testing phase. Most of it's not going to work. That's fine. That's the cost of finding out what does. Because when something does take off organically, well, that's your audience raising their hand and saying, yes, this, we want more of this. And if you ignore that signal, you lock your income to whatever your next post happens to do. Now, think about what that actually means for a second. Every time you just celebrate a win and move on to the next big thing, you're volunteering to start from zero again. You're choosing the content lottery over a system. But here's how the shift looks like in practice. You post 10 pieces of content, 9 do average, 1 takes off. Well, that one becomes the asset. So you take it and you put fuel behind it and run it as an ad. Now, this is a safer way to do advertising because you're not guessing what your audience wants anymore. You already tested it for free with organic posting. Now what you're scaling has already been proven. Let me give you an example of another company doing this well though. Canva has over 220 million people using their platform every month. And here's what's interesting about how they got there. They create free templates and design tools. Then they watch which ones actually get used. And the templates that take off organically, well, these become the conversion engines for the paid product. So, just like before, they didn't guess what people want. They let the free content tell them. Then they build their entire funnel around those winners. They're not reinventing the wheel every week. They're scaling the wheels that already work. Now here's the part that ties all of this together. Amplification without capturing all of that new attention that you just earned just makes you more visible. But visibility alone doesn't pay bills. So that brings us to the part where the money actually lives. Step 3, trade content for contact. So at this point, you've created something worth amplifying, and you've turned your winner into a weapon by turning it into an ad. But if you don't capture that attention before it disappears, you've basically just built yourself an expensive awareness machine with no cash register. Here's the equation that runs my entire business. Attention plus capture plus follow-up equals revenue. Attention without capture is just noise. Capture without follow-ups, just a complete waste. And follow-up is where the real revenue actually happens. You can get the views, you can get the engagement, but if you're just hoping that someone reaches out and figures out how to buy from you, that's not a marketing strategy. It's a lottery ticket. And when someone does raise their hand and shows interest in your business or your offer, well, there's a clock that starts ticking. And if you miss that window, that opportunity is gone. Sadly, most people miss that window. But the smart ones know that speed to lead is everything. Fun fact, a velocity study analyzing millions of sales leads found that connecting with a new lead within 1 minute increases conversions by 391%. I want you to really sit with that number for a second. 391%. It's not a marginal improvement. That's a completely different business. Yet, the average business takes over 42 hours to respond to a lead. 42 hours. By then, your competitor has already had the conversation and made the offer and close the deal. This is why every piece of amplified content should lead somewhere that trades value for contact information. And please, don't just send people to a subscribe to my newsletter page. Nobody's excited about another newsletter. Nope. I'm talking about something that solves a specific problem. A quiz that gives personalized results, a free tool that makes their life easier, something that makes people think, yeah, I actually want that. The framework is simple. Make something good, get it in front of the right people, trade it for their contact information, follow up fast, and then offer them more of what they already said yes to. Because when you do it this way, you're not pitching strangers anymore. Instead, you're offering more help to people who already raised their hand. And that changes the entire pricing conversation because you're not competing with everyone else anymore. You're the one who showed up first with something valuable before anyone else even noticed. Now, full disclosure. This doesn't work for everyone, and I want to be upfront about that. If you're still in discovery mode, meaning you don't know what your audience responds to yet, this system might frustrate you. Ideally, you need around 30 days of consistent content in order to find your winners. Also, if you're in a high-touch industry where clients need months and months of nurturing, then this 1-minute follow-up might feel aggressive, so you may need to adjust the timeline while keeping the principles intact. That said, even though the system was built for service providers selling offers between $500 and $10,000 or so, where speed and consistency beat white glove treatment, with just a few tweaks and modifications, this really can be used for any business that's trying to get more clients. And while I am going to show you some pretty cool automations, even if you don't have fancy automations or any fancy software, the principle still applies. If all you do is text or email someone within 1 minute of them raising their hand, you're already beating 90% of the market, and that alone is going to change your close rate. So let me show you what this looks like when it's actually running. First, this is what most follow-up looks like. Someone opts in, they get a confirmation email, and then nothing. By the time anyone reaches out, the lead forgot that they even signed up. Here's how mine is set up. Immediate internal notification to let me know there's a new lead. Then a text message goes out to the lead 1 minute later. Then the software automatically checks whether the lead is qualified or not. If not, we send a kind and courteous email letting them know that we're not the best fit. If they are qualified, we send an email with a booking link. And then the automation continues to follow up to ensure that they book a call or take whatever next step is required. And this is what the pipeline looks like. Real leads from amplified content, captured automatically, moved through the system without me touching anything. And if you don't have the automation set up yet, that's totally fine. You could build this same workflow manually and upgrade to software when the volume demands it. The system matters more than the tool. But I need to be straight with you about something. This isn't magic. You still have to create something good first. You can't amplify garbage. You just get louder garbage. Trust me, I've tried. Spent good money proving that bad content can reach more people who also don't care. But if you've been creating content for a while and wondering why nothing's working, the problem probably isn't your content. The problem is you're treating every piece the exact same, when you should be treating your winners completely differently. Okay, 3 quick warnings here to make sure you avoid the minefield. Warning number 1, don't amplify too early. If your content hasn't been tested organically, you're paying to learn what doesn't work. So test for free first, then pay to scale what's proven. The only exception here is if your business is already doing millions and you need fast feedback, in which case going straight to ads is fine. Warning number 2, and this might be the most important warning of all. Do not skip the capture step. Generating traffic without capturing that attention is really just expensive awareness. You don't need that. What you need are emails, phone numbers, or something that lets you follow up. Warning number 3, this only works if you actually follow up. The best content in the world means nothing if you let your leads go cold. Speed to lead is everything. Here's the thing that nobody wants to say out loud. This is why people who post less can charge more. They're not competing on volume. They're competing on leverage. So the question isn't how do I post more? It's how do I turn my best content into a system that works without me? Now, everything I just showed you, the automations, the follow-up sequences, the capture pages, the pipeline tracking, I built all of it inside the tool I use to run my entire business. If you want to copy and paste this exact system, I use HighLevel to run it. I'll give you an extended free trial for access and show you how I've set mine up. When you start your trial through the link below, you get the same plug and play snapshots I use, a 90-day implementation roadmap so you know exactly what to build and when, word-for-word scripts for your follow-up sequences, your nurture sequences, client acquisition sequences, and private access to my insiders community where we build these systems together. Most people will keep creating, but the small percentage that builds distribution, they'll keep winning. If you want to install the exact system I just showed you, links in the description. Now, here's the thing. Amplification only works if what you're amplifying actually makes people want to pay you, and most people get that part wrong. So if you want to understand the psychology that makes clients stop price shopping and start choosing you, well, that's exactly what I break down in the video that I've got linked up right here. So you can tap or click that now, and I'll walk you through it. All right, see you in there in just a second.